Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, I'm using Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I already shuffled. We're going to do relationship first, single second, and oracle cards come out where needed. Been happening all day with this deck. Every now and then I keep getting double cards. At least once in a reading I get double cards. You got two of them on your side. This time they happened on your side though. Okay. Alright. So, okay, you got something very major hitting right here in the center. Something very major. You got karma. The karma is overshadowing the death card. So karma and the death card, something completely new. Your partner has the tower card. Like the two of you are both getting a big, like this is a big change. The tower card for your partner is kind of like, that's upsetting. This is all like, what you put into the situation is what you're getting out. So I don't know exactly what happened, but they're saying whatever you put out is now coming back to you. It's causing a big change. Your partner is completely shocked. It's just blowing them right out of the water. The tower card is falling for them. You're going through a complete change because of karma. Like a whole new phase is coming in, but like whatever is over, boom, over. And it seems like it's happening fast. It seems like all of this is happening to both of you at once. So for some of you, like somebody's losing a job and this is causing you to actually go through a great change, or something is happening. Big change. Big change. It's happening. Now, I wouldn't say this was the worst thing in the world, but it's shocking. And it's a complete, like whatever life was before now, it's dramatically different. With the death card and the karma card. Karma is also judgment in most decks. So karma with judgment, like karma, judgment, and the death card is like, this is a judgment. This is definitely a judgment situation. It's causing a big thing, a big change here. I want something more to come from that, but nothing is, so we're just going to keep going. Now your partner, I feel like they immediately go into denial. They don't want this to happen. They're trying to find ways. They're thinking of all these ways, trying to like throw out ideas of like how to fix this. It's almost like the tower is falling, and they're like, maybe we can prop it up. Maybe we can do this. Quick, if we find some masons, we can maybe fix the base quick, and it doesn't have to fall. Like, it's that type of energy. Like, there must be a way to fix this. I feel like they immediately go into denial. Like, we could fix this. I see you kind of looking at it a little differently. You see, like, oh, no, I think this is pretty much done. I feel like you're looking at this kind of like, this is the payoff, this is the judgment, this is causing the death. It doesn't have to be judgment against you, so I realize that, so I don't want to say that. But I feel like the way you're looking at this is like, this is just how this is going to play out. And trying to fix this is just basically like, if we prop that tower up, it's not going to be stable. And it's going to fall later, and it might even be worse if we do that. There just might be more debris to fall. Because whatever originally there, plus whatever we tried to do to fix it, is all going to come down on us. And I feel the way you're looking at this is like, you know what, let it fall. Let it fall, and we're just going to have to pick it up. Because I don't want to be lurking around with this looming problem around us. Let it fall so we can fix it. You also have the Empress here. You do care about the situation, and you care about your partner, clearly. But you're kind of like, it's best for this just to... Let's just let it fall so we can fix it, so we can build it better. You have a mature, definitely mature standing, but I feel like the reason I'm saying that is kind of like, I've kind of gone through this before. It's kind of how this feels, and I know what it's like to try to fix something or try to make it linger when it's gonna fall anyway. It just makes it worse. So that's kind of your mature standing. Like, I know what happens when you do that. It's just gonna get worse. Let it fall. So, your challenge card is to be a little bit more, and I don't know how this sounds, but this is how it's coming through, to be a little bit more sympathetic to your partner. You might want to acknowledge that they wanted to keep going, but you also definitely want to get them to let go. So a little bit more sugar with explaining why it needs to fall where possible, because I feel like you might get frustrated and you might be like, listen, I'm trying to be nice to you. It's falling. At this point, I'll kick it over myself because I'm sick of it. It might get a little aggressive because you're just like, listen, we're not saving it. It's done. Let it fall. If I have to kick it over at this point, I will, because I'm not going to wait for it to fall. If I have to get over there and jump up and down on the top floor just so the thing finally falls, I might be going with it, but I'm going to make it fall because I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to fall because it's going to. It's going to fall. Let it fall. They're saying here with the Two of Cups, though, try to like explain to them why it's better. Like, try to go to the like once we start fixing it, once we start repairing it or fixing what's left over, we have a better future ahead of us. Let's let it fall. This is better. We can fix what we can rebuild is better than what we can fix. We can rebuild something a lot stronger, a lot better, something much more to our liking, rather than trying to fix something that's gonna fall sooner or later anyway. The energy is strong there, because I feel like there's a very strong chance that you're going to get very aggravated with your partner if they try to keep finding ways to fix it. You're going to get really annoyed with that, is what I'm getting. One thing you're going to have to look out for is I feel like they don't think it's time for this to happen. They don't think this is a good time for this to happen. They're going to be trying to rally support. I'm getting that with community. They're going to try to rally support to try to get this to keep it from falling. That might be where you get aggravated, because I see you here with the Seven of Wands, and that's where that comes in. Like, no, it's not going. You can't permanently do this. It's not going to last. You're just prolonging the inevitable. And I feel you coming forward and trying to explain to them why it needs to fall. If you can convince them, it'll be okay. I feel like you might have a hard time doing that, though. Because what finally does happen is the Eight of Wands is telling me it's going to happen quicker than they realize. Once you get them to finally let go, it's going to really go quick. It's going to go really quick. But they have to stop trying to save it. Once they stop trying to save it, it'll go quick. It will go really quick. And I feel like hopefully the way this plays out is you've made your point with this Empress card. You've explained to them this is why we need to let it fall. We can build something better, stronger, more suits our needs. Because what I see happening here is they're going to run quickly, and once it's fallen, because it happens quick, they're going to dash in to try to do something else. They do have appreciation here, but they appreciated what it was. The challenge for you is to make sure that they don't appreciate what it was to the point where they recreate exactly what it was. It can't be recreated the same way. So you might have to keep an eye on them to make sure they're not recreating the mistakes along with the new situation, because they really appreciated what it was before, and they might want to do it again. That's how that appreciation card is coming in there. They really want back what they had. Your challenge is to not let them recreate mistakes so that you end up going through another Tower card later. What helps you is maybe, because I'm getting adjacent possibilities, the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Trying to direct your partner into, like, for example, if the Tower fell in this spot, maybe build it in another spot. And build, maybe not a tower, maybe we build a storage facility. And then we have some aspects of the tower with it, but maybe we need to do something completely different. Move where it was, change what it was, and rebuild something different this time. Because I'm getting your stability here is kind of directing it in a different angle, and I'm getting the Page of Swords is just quietly nudging it. Like, instead of building it here, like, how about just a little bit farther over? Instead of building an exact replica of the tower, how about we build a storage shed with tower aspects to it? How about that? Just because it's a tower doesn't mean it's going to fall over, by the way. The tower in the tarot deck does, but you know what I mean. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like you have to calmly nudge them to go in a different direction. Because I feel like even though they're dashing in here with the Chariot card and the appreciation, that's where they're standing. So they are going to be looking to do something to recoup what they had. And they could actively move towards something and recreate something. But I feel like the moon card with the, is that cornucopia? There's a lot here to be had, but I feel like they are kind of a little bit bewildered in the sense of like when you're pointing out, like, remember that fell before, so you don't want to build it exactly the way you did before. One way you can make this better is to move the position of it. And the second way you can make this better is to build something a little bit different. Like a little bit different. Like instead of just a tower as a lookout tower, a tower you could store something in, make it a little bigger, a little wider, so we could save stuff in there. Like, you want to do things differently. And I feel you saying that with the Page of Swords, just quietly, like, not directing the situation, but saying, you know what, just remember, where you built it before, it fell, so maybe you want to move it somewhere else. And by the way, if you build it the same way you did before, it'll probably fall down again. So if you make it bigger and wider and it has different things we can do with it, you might not have this problem again. They got the moon card because they don't know exactly. They don't seem to understand why it fell the first time. It seems like they're a little bit bewildered about why it fell down to begin with. And you giving them just this direction, like they might be able to avert another tower moment by moving it from where it was and rebuilding it differently. That can make things a lot better. But I feel you're kind of nudging them. I don't feel you directing them as much as nudging them. Like, hey, instead of over here, how about over there? You know what I mean? Instead of building it that way, how about building it a little different? Make a different building. That's how this kind of plays out. Alright, I feel like that's good. I feel like the biggest thing with this is possibly getting aggravated because they're trying to save a situation that you're viewing like, no, it's done. It's really done. Let it go. Alright, let's do messages for single Aquarians. What do we have for single Aquarians? Let's get some messages out here for single Aquarians. Empowering information that shows them the truth about what they're dealing with and helps them get to a position that helps them find what they really want. A little more. I think I want to do a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Aquarius. Single Aquarians. You got some strong fire energy going on here. That's at the top. You got the King of Wands. You got the Ace of Wands in the environment. You got a lot of strong fire energy coming in here. I don't know if... The thing is, for air, fire works well with air, except for their opposite. So for Aquarius, the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. Both very strong energies, but sometimes they don't work well together, depending on what else is going on in the chart, of course, granted. So it's not always the case, but many times. And you got strong fire energy coming towards you is what I'm getting. Strong. Not to laugh, but with the King of Wands, you got literally the Strength card coming in. So like really strong fire energy coming in. With the Ace of Wands, you got the Storm warning. Like this might be a bit much. So for the single Aquarian, I'm just like what you're dealing with here is a very, very strong person that might prove to be quite the opposition. Because when they want something, I feel like it's hard to get around it. Now, I feel like not this person exactly, but what I'm getting is you've dealt with people like this before. And you've had to stand your ground against people like this before. So you know exactly what this is going to be like. It's like you have a precursor to what you're walking into. And what I'm getting here is when this person approaches you, you immediately connect with these past memories. You've dealt with people like this before is what I'm getting. And you've got the Nine of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles, which is very interesting. It's a very, you know, hot, cold feeling here. There's a lot of passion. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting when they're coming towards you. But you click right away. You know what these people are like. And when I say these people, they're not bad. It's just you know what type of opposition this is. And you know that when they want something, you really can't deter them, and it becomes quite the battle. So right now it's fun, and that's the Nine of Pentacles. Right now it is fun, but the Nine of Swords is saying, but you know where it's going to go down the road. So I'm getting here at the bottom the shadow side, which is reminiscent of the Devil card. And I do feel like it's fun. It starts off kind of fun. And I feel like you're kind of playing into it. But you're also At the same time, you're kind of like, it's fun for now, but you're not thinking you're going to stick around. It's fun for now, but you're like, there's better matches out there for me. For right now, it seems like you're playing into it a little bit. It's very addictive. It's very seductive is what I'm getting. So the Devil card, which is the shadow side in this deck, I do feel like you're playing into it a little bit, but you know right off the bat, like, this is not going to last too long. I'm not going to let it, because I know where this goes. But I'll play with it a little bit. I'll play with the situation a little bit. The next card you got here, the Fool with the third eye chakra. Not the third eye chakra. This is the solar plexus chakra. They put the numbers on there, and it just throws me sometimes. It's the solar plexus chakra. And all this comes together with your thoughts of the Emperor. This, like, solar plexus, you know how you feel. You know what's going on here. You know what the deal is. And the Emperor in your thoughts is like, I gotta nip this in the bud before it goes any farther. That's why I'm feeling the Fool card is moving on. You're moving on from this. You're moving on from this, and I know I've already showed these, but because you know this, the energy you're dealing with, you know what's going to come. You know that storm warning is there. You know that it's not going to last. It may be good right now, but it's not going to last. You see how this goes. And it's not anything bad about this person. It's just you know how your energy matches with this energy, and you know it's not for you. And then you head off on your own. You got the Hermit card. You're leaving them alone. You're walking away from them. And you're just ending your connection with the whole situation. Romance is off the table. You're off looking for other prospects. And that's how that ends. I don't think... I mean, I think you're making a good decision. Because I feel like you're identifying what this energy is like. You know how it adds up with yours. It is what it is. I think you're making a smart decision. If this is hitting with you, I feel like this is a good way you're handling this. I don't think it's bad. Alright, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.